As you all know, Nimues is a trend-setting brand, innovative, and we are passionate about delivering only the best to our consumers. In this presentation, the science of Nimues SPF, we will look at the rationale or reasons that we have changed and included new technology into our new SPF40. But before we begin, we have to leave the past behind and let go of the old Nimues SPF philosophy and unique selling points. And then we can look into the future with anticipation and look at the new SPF40 that Nimues is now launching. This is a radical update as the old formulation has become outdated. The product development process was long and challenging, and we had to ensure that we conformed to all global standards and regulations. Even the most accomplished cosmetic scientist has found this a challenge. But 2 years later, in formulation, Nimues can now provide you with a very exclusive and phenomenal sunscreen product. As you can clearly see in the slide, UVA rays penetrate into the dermis, resulting in damage. It destroys the collagen and elastin fibers, which can lead to aging. EU recommendations is that the minimum critical wavelength is 370 nanometers. This will mean that UVA ingredients must penetrate to dermal level. Now, how has Nimues achieved to meet the ingredients with EU recommendations? Firstly, new ingredients that has less chemicals added to the sunscreen filters. And secondly, a larger variety of sunscreen filters that work in synergy, thus providing an overall lower percentage of sunscreen filters. Repetitive UVA exposure leads to the formation of free radical damage within the skin, and this leads to phototoxicity and eventually to skin irritation. The mitochondrial DNA becomes damaged, leading to a decrease in cellular energy, a slowing down of cellular functioning, and of course accelerated aging. We thus have a serious problem that requires serious product formulation. Depletion of the ozone layer results in more UV damage to the skin, and therefore it requires more DNA protection. The images that you see are based on an in vitro test that clearly shows a cross-section of an undamaged skin versus a damaged skin. Clearly, this illustrates a structural change within the skin. In the damaged skin, you will clearly also see that the epidermis is thinner versus an undamaged skin's epidermis. The aged skin on the right-hand side also shows the damaged, dense network of collagen and elastin fibers, and that is causing elastosis. Now let's look at general sunscreen development. Traditional sunscreens of the 80s and 90s contained mild UVB filters, and this assisted with tanning and not preventing of burning. More people were now using sunscreens, but there was then a rise of the increase of skin cancers. The conclusion to this was now that UVA filters needed to be added into sunscreens. In traditional sunscreens, the UVA filters that were now added proved to be unstable when exposed to sunlight. This leads to phototoxicity and, of course, skin irritation. There was free radical damage due to the breakdown of some filters and no DNA protection. Titanium and zinc oxide provide SPF protection, but not enough UVA protection, and we need to ensure that we have a balance between the two. But despite all that we have mentioned, it is important to remember that Nimues has always been correct and has always conformed to regulation requirements. Now, what is the rationale for the change? Technology and testing facilities improve as formulations evolved. There is now improved ingredients available to us. Sun protection is the largest growth in the skincare industry. Consumer attitudes have changed, and the best blends of modern sunscreens should contain organic and inorganic sunscreens, photostabilizers, and antioxidants. And basically what we are seeing is that new consumer trends, new technology and new ingredients drive the change. Modern sunscreen formulations should protect against UVA and UVB radiation. It should provide high sun protection factor or SPF. It should be photostable, be water resistant. It should be cosmetically elegant, be non-toxic, and it should provide a balance between performance and skin feel. To summarize, a client wants a high protection from their sunscreens, but they also want an improvement in terms of how it feels on their skin. Now let's have a look at sunscreen labeling requirements. Changes in regulation regarding label information was one of the driving forces to upgrade Nimues sunscreen to a high protection SPF40. SPF determination and UVA protection was clinically tested in a laboratory in Germany according to EU standards. They tested SPF and UVA protection and thus clinically certified it at the correct EU standard. As you will see from the slide, Nimues is still safe as it falls within the new EU regulations. This information has to be evident on the packaging and it has to be labelled onto the tube. If a sunscreen is independently clinically tested, by law, it now needs to have a circle around UVA as proof that it was tested. So if you look at the tube packaging, you will see that it has SPF40, it has UVA and UVB protection, and it has the UVA with a circle around it to prove that it was clinically tested. Now let's look at some of the criteria that has to be met when formulating a new sunscreen. Consumer trends and demands of a high protection value. It should be water resistant. There should be a balance between performance and the feel on the skin. There should be maximum safety and skin compatibility. Regulatory approval for various countries. And this point is important because Nimues is global and therefore the sunscreens need to be approved by regulation boards in all countries. There will be new cosmetic regulations from July 2013 which will align with the European rules for manufacturing and labeling. And even though this new cosmetic regulations will only take effect from July 2013, Nimues is already one step ahead by complying with all the regulations required in the development of the new SPF40. We will now look at the new formulation of Nimues SPF40. You will see that there's 15.5% sunscreen providing a SPF of 40. So this tells us that we have now reduced sun filters with less chemicals but double the SPF. We now use an environmentally friendly preservative system. We now have solubilizers increasing the SPF and giving the product a better feel. So we'll see that less sunscreen is used, reducing the risk of photoallergies and of course less irritation to the skin. The new formulation has been clinically tested in the EU according to the latest testing methods, standards and new regulations to verify the SPF40 and UVA protection. Now here are just some of the advantages of the new SPF40. It now provides a high UVA protection factor coverage that is required for the USA and Canada. It provides a Japanese rating of PA+++. It passes Australian requirements. It contains water resistance actives that enhances the SPF. It contains an advanced antioxidant complex. And it provides an improved skin feel but with high performance. So you can see that it now covers all the requirements within the countries that the old SPF formulation lacked. Now as you can see, these are the new sun filters that are used in the new SPF40. You will also see that the Skin Deep Cosmetic Review rating is either 0 or very low. Now this proves that the ingredients are no longer negative on the skin. Now here you can see a few more of our sunscreen ingredients and you will actually see that we still conform to the Nimue philosophy of combining both organic and inorganic sunscreens. You will also see that we have added new actives other than the sunscreens to provide a multifunctional sunscreen product. So for example, here's polysaccharide that activates the immune system of the skin and smooths wrinkles. In the new SPF40, we not only have vitamin C as an antioxidant, but we also have a complex of other antioxidant ingredients added to the formulation. This powerful antioxidant complex protects cellular DNA, stem cells, and the skin's immune system. Now let's recap some of the benefits of the SPF40 formulation. We have added UVA stabilizers to prevent phototoxicity. This in turn will lessen skin allergies. We have powerful antioxidants to minimize free radical formation within the skin. The skin will be moisturized. We use a combination of both organic and inorganic sunscreens, and the SPF has been clinically tested. We have a higher SPF of 40, but a lower percentage of chemicals making up the sun filters. There is DNA protection preventing damage to the skin cells. New technology has been used, and there's a synergy of low percentages of a variety of ingredients that has been used. So as you can see, the benefits provides us with a phenomenal sunscreen product. The new Nimue SPF40 formulation provides us with a total photoprotective system. We have used new technology and ingredients, and we have conformed to market trends and demands. On application, the Nimue SPF40 leaves the skin with a matte, non-oily finish, does not leave the skin with any feelings of tackiness, and it is suitable for all skin classifications. It is an exclusive face care sunscreen suitable for any client to complement with her Nimue Skin Health program. But most importantly, it conforms to new regulations with regards to formulation as well as labeling. As you can see, this is the fantastic packaging of the new Nimue SPF40. It comes in two sizes. There's a 60ml and also a 20ml that you can pop into your handbag, so you have no excuses not to be carrying your SPF40. The new Nimue SPF40 now provides us with an approximate value of 98% protection. Now if you compare the old Nimue SPF20 with the newly formulated SPF40, you will see that we have less chemical sunscreen ingredients, yet double the SPF, minimizing irritation potential on the skin and also less chance of free radical formation. So now, after all the information that you have just heard, I'm sure that you're all really excited to start using the newly formulated Nimue SPF40. Enjoy!